Hi everyone, I just wanted to come on here to talk about what to do if your local authority names a school that you're not happy with on your child's EHCP. This is particularly important at the moment because phase transfer deadline is tomorrow, so all children going from year 6 to year 7 with an EHCP, they should have their secondary school named on the EHCP by tomorrow. First things first, when you get the final amended EHCP through, naming the school, is to ask the local authority for copies of all the consultations sent out and all the responses received. This is going to tell you how strong your argument is in terms of proving that their school isn't suitable and the school that you want is. Once you have the consultation responses, have a look through them, see whether your school said yes or no and the reasons why. Look at whether their school said yes or no and the reasons why, and this will help to start building your argument. Your local authority has to name your school preference unless it's unsuitable for your child, it's incompatible with the education of other children, or it's an inefficient use of resources. Now, previous cases have shown that an inefficient use of resources would be around a difference of £5,000 to £7,000 a year. So there's a lot of leeway there. If their school has said they can meet need and your school thinks they can also meet need, then it's going to come down to whether it's an efficient use of resources. So you want to get information on those costings and see how big the difference is. Keep in mind, if their school is closer, then you won't necessarily be eligible for support with transport, but that may not be an issue for you. It's just something to keep in mind. If they have a school that says they are suitable and your school is saying they're not suitable, that's when it gets a bit trickier. So you need to be looking at how to prove, firstly, that your school is suitable, and then secondly, that it's more suitable than their school. If the local authority's school has said yes and your school has said yes, and there's a big difference in cost, so say their school is £20,000 a year and your school is £40,000 a year, then it's going to be about proving that their school isn't suitable, so they can't deliver everything in Section F, for example. So the next key stage is looking at your evidence. So if you're in a position where you need to prove that your school is more suitable, then you need to be checking your EHCP. Is the EHCP written in a way that means the other school wouldn't be able to meet needs? In which case you could take the case to mediation and see if you can get through that way without going to appeal. If it's looking more difficult to prove that your school is going to be suitable, then you need to look at getting some more evidence. So whether that's independent reports that outline exactly why one setting is more suitable than another, or getting your current school to give a bit more detail on what their needs are and what their support requirements are to help get that EHCP really clear. And then at that point you can challenge the local authority. Keep in mind that before the phase transfer deadline, we were already looking at around a year wait for appeals from the point they're lodged to their hearing date. So it's really important that if you are looking to go to appeal, you get that appeal in now, and as soon as you can, you ask for it to be brought forward because it's a phase transfer case. Because of the long waits at the moment with appeals, it may be beneficial to try mediation first if you have strong enough evidence that the local authority has not named the right school, but you don't want to lose any time with the appeal timeline as it is at the moment. So only do that if you're really clear that your evidence is foolproof and it's a black and white case. If the local authority have only named a type of school, despite your preference saying they can meet need, then you can look at going down the complaint route because they're not following the legal process. Law says that when you name your preferred school, they have to name that setting unless it's unsuitable, inefficient use of resources, or incompatible with the education of others. So if they have no other alternative and your school thinks it is suitable, there's no reason not to name it, and I would be looking to go down the complaint route and eventually escalating to the Ombudsman if required. And that may be a quicker way of getting the result that you need without going to appeal. What you might want to do is both at the same time. So you start the complaint process and you start the appeal process, so that if the complaint process doesn't work, you've still got that backup of appeal. One last thing to keep in mind is that with the phase transfer deadline being tomorrow, all the SEN teams are going to be at capacity. So if you're not getting responses, if you feel like you're getting ignored a bit more than usual, just sit tight. There is time and it will ease off over the coming weeks, but this week is going to be a write-off in terms of getting any communication from your local authority. If you need any help, if you're not sure, if you want to find out more, we offer a free half-an-hour advice call. Just go onto our website, succeedingwithsen.com, and you can book in with us to have a chat.